In this lesson, we're going to talk about clips. Now, we're going to talk about creating clips and the various ways we can create those. So here I am in evidence. I have my transcript explorer open. I can double click, let's say Michael Poley, and I can create my clips on the fly or just kind of not necessarily willy-nilly, but select the question and answer pair that I want to make my clip with. So I'm going to select, let's say right here through right here, right click, create clip. I can also add to an existing clip if I've already created a clip. Now, previously we created Polio 1. We also, I think, created some clips off of designations. We'll go over that, how to do that again. So let's create a new clip. We're going to call this create clip. We're going to call it Poly Trial Depot. So we're going to call it Poly TD. Now, if I want to add more, so let's say we want to add this question pair now as well, we can right click, add to existing clip, select Poly TD from it, and hit yes. Now, remember when we were doing these clips before, make sure you do your redactions ahead of time. Things to consider when you're doing your clips. I have it set to automatically take out 15 seconds of silence if it hits that threshold of 15 seconds. So if when they're talking here, let's say this is a big group, if there's 15 seconds of silence, maybe the deponent is formulating his answer or the questioner segment of our already existing clip. So I'm going to right click, add to existing TD, and hit yes. I've made more clips, there's no redactions, there's no thresholds of silence, and there's no objections. What happens if I highlight over an objection? So let's see if we have some objections here. Let's turn on our, that way we can see those objections a little bit better. Remember, I have them set to pink text in here. So let's see. I have to select this text, right click, add to existing clip, add it to Poly TD, hit yes. It's going to say we're about to exclude those objections. Do you want to continue? Yes, I do. What I do is create two different segments. Segment that ends here at line 8, and then another segment that starts here at line 11 and continues down. So that way you don't get that object to the form. Theory being here is that if the judge lets you play this at trial time, he's already ruled on that objection and said it was overruled, right? If it was sustained, we wouldn't be able to bring in this question and answer pair. So we're going to hit yes and continue on. If the judge is going to be ruling on the objections at the time they are spoken in the transcript, so you would pause it at the object to the form. Opposing counsel would say, yeah, I still object to it. You argue it out. If you continue on, you continue playing, right? Or skip to the next segment. You can do that. Some judges do that. I think it takes up a lot of time. So if you can get those objections ruled ahead of time, you can make this a more seamless and more efficient play. But if you need that, just go in over to your settings for evidence, take that part out where it creates objection clips or new segments for that. Easy fix. So that way you can continue on if that's how the judge chooses to rule on these. So we know how to create a new clip. We know how to add segments to a clip. Let's talk about doing this kind of in a bulk way. So we're going to go over to our Clip Explorer. We see our clips here. What if we want to create a new one? I'm going to close out this work area so that way we kind of aren't distracted. So in our Clip Explorer, we have Add New Clip, Add an Item. So I can put in the name of my clip, which transcript, give it a description, page and line number, and I can do it multi-segment mode. So it's one clip with multiple segments, or each segment is its own clip. So let's call this Tester from Ed Eister. We're going to say page 12.3 through 12.6. If we wanted to make it multi-segment, we can make it multi-segment, hit save, and it creates it, right? We can keep adding, save and close, save, cancel. Tester, we have our Edward Eister. So we can create a clip that way. With multiple segments. So if I did tester 2, page line 12.4 through 12.6, and then hit enter or then keep going. So 14.5 through 16.4, enter. That can make it that multi-segment mode. Save and close. And now we have tester 2 that has 2 segments in it, right? What are some other things we can do? we can import our clips. We're going to select import. What's our name? We're going to call this tester 2 or tester 3. Pull the transcript and then import file. So where do we have that file saved? Do I have a clip item in here? I don't have any clip items, I don't think. So let's see. I have my text here. These are all text documents. I don't think I have my clips in here. Let's try this one. So what do I have? I'm going to take out this naming convention. Clear it up a little bit. Call it a multi-segment. So this is all one clip with all these segments. I could do it that way, right? Hit save. It's going to import that clip. I'm about to exclude objections. Do I want to continue? Yes, I do. And now tester 3 has all of that. So if you have a designation text file, maybe you used it over in designations, you can also create one clip from that same designation file. So that makes it really easy. If you have both your designations and their designations and your rebuttal, you have them all in one text file, upload them this way. That way, you don't have to clip, try to make them in the right order. Pop them all into here, create that import clips, go out to that text file, bring them in. Now you have that text, or now you have that clip with all of your designations. That makes it really easy. What's this wrench for? Import clips from CCS. If you are working with a third party to create your clips, you can actually import their creation and be able to edit. A long time ago, I know I've seen this in a lot of firms, both when I was working as a paralegal and when I became a trainer here, I would see that you would hire out a party to say, okay, I want all these clips created. They give you back an MP4 file, but you can't edit an MP4 file as easily with that text as you could as if they gave you, that DVT file with these clips, right? What's a way to do that? Give a CCS file. So they would export a CCS file, they'd give it to you, you'd import the DVT, and you'd import that CCS file. So you'd browse out here, load it in here, choose whether you want to split the segments. These should already have been done for you. You want it exactly like that third party gave it to you. So you don't want to select any of these and then hit save. And then all the clips they created for that CCS is there for you. And you can edit if you need to later. So that makes it really easy. I like that a lot. It helps if you're working with a third party. If not, create that text file and import those clips. It makes it really fast. Export clips to CCS. What if you are that third party, right? Or maybe co-counsel, you're making all these clips. You want to export tester 1, 2, and 3. Group select. Export to CCS. Where do you want to save it? We're going to save it in my documents. Output name, tester, export, CC. Hit export. We're going to open that location. And we see our CCS file. We're going to open it up so that way you can see what a CCS file is. I'm going to open it up in Notepad. And you'll see you have the name of that file, clip name, what is it, and that's a full virtual clip. We have CC tester, we have tester 2 with segments, we have Mike Foley, his virtual clip, we have Foley 1, full CCS script, right, for my clips. So you can send that to someone, they can import it, and then they have everything. They need to make sure that they've downloaded and imported those DVTs or CMS files in there, so that way they have something to go off of, but it will create these clips for you and make them editable later. So those are some really cool ways of creating clips. We can also go over into designations, select a designation, create a clip, create individual clips if we've selected a group. Let's say we've all individual clips or create one giant clip. You're about to do. We're going to get this for every time we see an objection in there. This is why I like that import a little bit better. And then these are all my designations. If I want to take it out of that multi, I'm going to cancel out so it doesn't create another one. And then you would see it over there on clips. So those are multiple ways of creating clips. You don't have to do it just one by highlighting. Thank you so much for attending.